current year, your boy Zack would get along better with Heather Antos than he would actually the people that are behind him in a movement that he kind of started by having the people in the comic industry do exactly what he's doing now to Chris Gore and Nerdrotic and the like, because of his opinions. I don't understand how he can't see this, or if he's just so jealous that these guys have bigger followings and are doing better than him on YouTube and the like, that he just doesn't care about consistency or anything at this point. But it is really ironic that this is the your boy Zack that, he'd probably fit right in with Mags Visaggio and Gail Simone and the like these days. And I think that's what he's always wanted. I think he just wants them to accept him. And that's the weirdest behavior ever. We are not prone to that kind of thing here. I'm not prone to any social pressure. I'm not prone to anything like that. I am here to start a comics movement based on two things. One, comics first. Two, to support conservatives and Christians in the arts and actually build a parallel comic book industry that does better storytelling with real values in mind. If that's what you thought your boy Zack was standing for, please hit the like and subscribe button. Join us here as we talk about all things comics. I really appreciate you for being here. We're creating comics and doing things in a different way than these guys did when they tried to start these movements and kind of grifted off of it back in the day. They kind of let you down. They didn't produce. They didn't put stuff out. They didn't keep it going. I'm trying to do something a little different on Substack and make it about readers first. And so that's why I'm posting Flying Sparks up for free, so you can get in on reading. And of course, if you want to support, there's a $5 a month option, and you can, of course, help us create art and the like as we move along and do even more in these spaces. And so this is building a sustainable network. It's building one based on actual comics. It's building one based on actual conservatism and Christian values. That's what these guys kind of like. They wanted to dip their toe into that space, but they really didn't want to. They were grifters. They weren't people who were actually there to fight the culture war. They just did that whole thing. I just wanted to be apolitical. I don't like the right. And they ended up being exactly the way that the left is. Now, your boy Zack, like I said, is exactly what Heather Antos and their ilk were in 2018 and 2017. The Whisper Network in comics that tries to blacklist and destroy anybody who has contrary political opinions to them. That's what your boy Zack is now, and we're going to get into this news. Now, before you do anything else, please go into the description below, sign up for the Substack so you can read comics as I post them, my friends. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the 1,000+ people who have done so already. You guys are amazing. We're building it. We are really building what these guys failed to do. And I know a lot of people are burnt out on that. I know a lot of people got burned over the years, but this is the real deal right here, and I appreciate you being here. All right. I also have a web store with physical books because I know a lot of people like physical books in the comic spaces. Interestingly, like my novels, it's like 95% of them read on ebooks, and comics is really, I'd say 80% of them read on physical books. And so it's such a weird dichotomy on that level. Maybe that's, I don't know. Why do you prefer physical books? Let me know in the description below. But I like it both ways. I try to do the web and I try to do this. And that's a cool way to be. It's being different in the industry. Something that's been different in the industry is Chris Gore. Chris Gore is a film reviewer and, of course, doing a lot with his network, which is really big, really amazing. I met Chris Gore at San Diego Comic-Con a couple years ago. Super nice guy. And just really cares about film beyond anything else. He's like the opposite. Like if your boy Zack's calling people grifters or whatever, he's really the one that is out there and obviously just watches more movies, pays attention to the craft of movies more than anybody else out there. And so this is really, really ridiculous right here. Now, Chris Gore used to do panels at different conventions, including San Diego Comic-Con and the like, and LA Comic-Con used to, of course, have these panels. And so Chris Gore was talking about this on X, saying, I've done 3 or more panels every year since Comic-Con LA launched, and they were always packed. And they were. And the Comic-Con one that he had was absolutely packed. It's one that you want to keep that panel going because a lot of these panels don't even fill up whatsoever. And unfortunately, this is the second year in a row that all of my panels have been rejected. I applaud LA Comic-Con for their inclusive programming. I just wish I would have been included. Yes, and this is what they always do. And they always say that it's inclusive programming. And if you look at what happens with this as he goes in with this, He's getting talked about by a lot of people. Doug Tenaple says LA Comic-Con rejects 3 of Chris Gore's panels. Anyone in film and pop media knows Chris Film Threat Gore puts on a good show and knows more about the indie space than anyone, and he's been doing it longer than anyone. I don't know who's making these decisions at LA Comic-Con, but if cancel culture or just ignorance of the medium, but why true fans of the comics and film are finding less and less fun at conventions, LA should at least have a clue about film, AI creation, and independent creators. Rethink this one. And Nerdrotic, of course, said shutting out Chris Gore the second year in a row after being welcome at LA Comic-Con for years is a joke. He's forgotten more about pop culture than anyone, and I mean everyone, presenting at this con. Bad enough that you're exploiting Stan Lee with the Abomination AI version. Our last panel 2 years ago was packed and had twice as many people as Kevin Smith's panel next door. That's amazing. These guys get twice as many people as Kevin Smith. And these DEI panels couldn't get filled if you were offering free fentanyl to the homeless zombies surrounding the building. FLA Comic Con. Wow. Now, this is what Chris Gore is quote tweeting. Here's the panels that they have instead of Chris Gore. Gay geeks and where to find them. Oh, that's riveting. That's riveting content, my friends. Afro weirdness and the urban superhero, 18 plus only. Oh boy. Doesn't sound good. Trans masculine representation in entertainment. Oh, please clap. Please clap. Queer sci-fi on a budget. Do-it-yourself world building for the indie creator. Yeah, these are going to go great. Here's this. How do you bring your queer sci-fi project without a studio? In this conversation, filmmaker Alden Peters shares how he built a wildly imaginative film series and blends speculative fiction with identity. Oh, so nice. You'll leave fired up, full of new tricks, and ready to make weird queer art and whatever you've got. So that's what they're doing, very obviously here. As you get into all of these are people nobody's heard of, nobody's interested in, and panels that are going to be completely empty. And this is what he's contending with. Now, your boy Zach, of course, has the worst take possible. Not only does he do his community post, and here it is, can't you comprehend that fans of pop culture don't want people who hate pop culture take up space at their conventions? Yes. So your boy Zach, if you don't know, when he came to prominence, it was over New York Comic Con in 2018 and 2017 maybe. I actually broke that story. I got into a comic creators group, which was the Whisper Network in comics, and I found them conspiring to ban your boy Zach from comics, and of course to get him kicked out of New York Comic Con. They talked about goading him into throwing a punch, triggering his PTSD as a veteran, because they hated his comic reviews so much, they wanted to hate him out of all conventions. Prior to this, and I also reported on this, Baltimore Comic-Con, Mark Waid wrote this rambling post saying if they see your boy Zach there, bring him to him. Doesn't even care if he's on a panel or not. He wants your boy Zach brought before him so he could do something. And we know how that ended up with Mark Waid, who then contacted Antarctic Press to try to get your boy Zach blacklisted from comic books. So think about this. These people did not want your boy Zach at Comic Cons because of his commentary and his reviews. They viewed him as a threat. They hate him. They want him gone and actually want him dead. They really do. And so they wanted him kicked out of all Comic Cons forever. And they said, that's a good thing. That's good for our conventions, right? Now look at this. A few years later, your boy Zach, no self-aware, he got popular over that. This is what built him up. When I exposed that group doing that, he took my video, covered it. Everybody took my video, covered it. PJ Media took it, blew it up in the mainstream media. That's actually what started Comicsgate. If you guys don't know, the Comicsgate hashtag got popularized from that reporting, and that's where it all blew up. And I'm sorry that I started Comicsgate. It's not. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean for Ethan Van Sciver and your boy Zach to do this kind of thing. What I stood up for, and what I always stand up for, is when a convention is harassing a nominally conservative creator and not allowing them to have access and not allowing them to do what they want. I cover it, and I tell these conventions that's not okay. That's what I've always done. That's what I've been here for since the beginning. And if you followed me since the beginning, you know that I've been very consistent in just hammering these conventions when they do this kind of thing, whether it's Mike S. Miller, who got attacked by a Comic-Con, Larry Correia has been out of different Gen Con and the like, John Ringo, the science fiction writer, got banned from Con Carolinas. This has been happening across the board, and it's an epidemic. They do mistreat people and try to axe you out of culture. This is what's happening with Chris Gore right now, because they don't want Chris Gore to have a room full of people. It makes them mad that he has more of an audience than Kevin Smith. And it actually makes your boy Zack mad too. Your boy Zack now, like I said, he's the same as those comic pros who wanted him banned to begin with. Yeah, they don't want you at their con. Oh, that's funny. Oh, yeah. Not only did he do this like a moron, but he also then, of course, made a whole video throwing a fit. And look at this. LA Comic-Con refuses to give insipid shitheads who hate pop culture a platform. And this is it. It's good. It's good that they're getting deplatformed. Are you seeing this? This guy's gone crazy. He's now advocating for deplatforming conservatives. Holy crap. His whole channel was because comics deplatformed conservatives and then platformed these absolute crazy leftist weirdos all the way around, and he has no clue what's going on. Now, he has lost another 100 subscribers since we covered his last week meltdown on Nerdrotic, but this is the absolute state. This is wake up, Zach. This is what they did to you. They're not going to accept you now that you're going to say this kind of thing and advocate for deplatformings yourself. You're just going full mundane Matt, and that's why people actually do call you mundane Zach. I hear it all the time. I mean, this is crazy, but hey, if this is what you want to do, if you want to burn it down even more, I can't stop it at this point. This is just really terrible. Now, LA Comic-Con should be ashamed of themselves. They should be boycotted. This is no good. And we stand with Chris Gore on this channel. And I hope that Chris Gore gets some good panels elsewhere. And honestly, his YouTube channel, when he makes a panel on his YouTube, is going to have a lot more viewers than are probably going to even attend the convention. And that's the ironic part about this. They can't stop the signal as much as they try. And eventually they're all going to go out of business because you get woke and you go broke. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to sign up for my Substack here, guys. This Substack's a great free speech platform. I'm banned from Patreon. I'm banned from Kickstarter. I'm banned from Indiegogo. So this is what we try to do and trying to make this and build this into something bigger. This is the movement that your boy Zach kind of promised and never delivered, and I hope you'll check it out. It's in the description below, along with my books in other different ways. Thanks for being here, guys, and thanks for being a part of this great comic book community. Let's change the culture.